Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the Fusion Reborn Goku Angel and Vegeta Angel LR unit, and we're going to see just how good they are in DBZ Dokkan, not only at Rainbow, so 100% in the Hidden Potential system, but also at level 10 links. These guys are a time limit or connected hope category lead of key +3, HP of 130%, and attack and defense of 170%. They raise attack and defense for 1 turn on their 12 key and on their 18 key. In their base form, they have attack and defense of 120%, damage reduction of 30%, high chance of randomly changing key spheres of a certain type to Rainbow, and additional 2 key per Rainbow key sphere obtained, and a medium chance of launching an additional attack. In terms of build, I prioritize additionals to give them defensive solidarity in the base form and then better offensive capabilities when transformed. In terms of links, they've got Same Warrior Race, Experienced Fighters, the same lineage, Shocking Speed, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. And they're on Bond of Parents and Child, Connected Hope, Final Trump Card, Fuse Fighters, Fusion, Joint Forces, Kamehameha, Movie Heroes, Otherworld Warriors, Powerful Comeback, Pure Saiyan, Super Saiyans, and Time Limit. You can fuse them via their active skill when HP is 70% or more, starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle. When they become the Super Saiyan Gogeta, they raise attack and defense for 1 turn on their 12 key, raise attack and defense for 1 turn on their 18 key, whilst lowering attack and defense of the opposition. Their links will change and they get a new passive. They recover 30% HP once only, have attack and defense of 150%, attacks effective against all types, and a 70% chance of performing a critical hit. They randomly change key spheres of a certain type to Rainbow. They get 2 key per Rainbow key sphere, key +5, reduction of damage by 30%, and forcing enemy super attacks for 5 turns from the start of turn. And then when an enemy is hit by their Ultra Super Attack, they nullify unarmed super attacks directed at the character from that enemy for the duration of that turn. The links will change to Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Fused Fighter, Kamehameha, Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Now, the thing is they look okay. I think the big thing with them is they came out at a time whereby they were, for like a period of 2 weeks, the best unit in the game, and then the Red Zone came out and all of a sudden they struggled. They are still very solid with their 30% damage reduction, so not necessarily as a first slot tank, but in general as like a floating unit or a second slot unit, they are still okay, because in their base form they start with around 170k defense. You get 2 super attacks, that raises that to over 200k, and then they have 30% damage reduction. They sit in a decent position. Like if we take a look here at them, they have all their links active. They're quite solid defensively. They have a decent number of stats. Obviously they don't have the support yet, that'll only kick in now, but generally speaking they're pretty good here. Over 200k defense in this situation with the support. Nice attack stat as well. So they are okay, I want to say. Obviously, as an LR, you probably expect them to do a bit more, but I just think they came out in a very weird position. Like, they came out in 2021, but they came out very, very close to like a meta shift for the game in general. So I do think that they just kind of suffered from that a little bit. I think overall they're still a solid floating option. They provide a lot. You're creating rainbow orbs, forcing super attacks in their transform state, a heal, and also being relatively solid defensively. There are some fights where they still really excel. For example, I used them for my initial clear of Broly Red Zone. They are still solid in a lot of Red Zone. They're just not a priority unit, so they're just not like a first slot unit. I wouldn't even really put them as a second slot unit unless they're transformed and you have the ability to see super attacks. The power to see super attacks is very strong. I think the only real hindrance for these guys is they do lose that 30% damage reduction, so you have to be very careful about how you integrate their active skill into using them properly. I think good usage of their active skill can very much change how they look. They can go from looking kind of okay to looking pretty impressive, depending on how much you push like situation with them, how much you manage to get their like defensive security off, how much you manage to time their active skills, their heal, etc. All of that. I think that will change how they look quite big, because foreseeing super attacks is very, very good, and it helps you to very much change how things work for you. So I do find them to be quite good. I just think that there is a little bit of like work that you need to put in to really get them to look super duper solid. With that being said, attack stats are okay in the transform state. We're looking at around really a max of around 6.97 million. You could give them less defensive orientated gear like I have, however, just doesn't really feel like a good call. I think they need the defensive gear, most definitely. One thing that can change, especially if they give this unit an easy air in future, make the damage reduction permanent. Basically just give them greatly raising attack and defense, and then buffer the attack and defense percentages a little bit, and you probably have a unit that's very usable for a very long time. 5 turns of seeing super attacks, a heal, and then permanent damage reduction of like 50% would be really, really good. So yeah, I think ultimately at the end of the day, he's still a really, I guess whichever form you're referencing, is still a very good unit. I just think there are some limitations, obviously just mainly due to the power creep, but the kit is still very well designed. The heal, the forcing super attacks, the damage reduction, the rainbow orbs, all of it really comes together quite well. And I think overall there's a really good, still very solid unit here. And I think, look, link leveling I don't think makes a huge difference. It helps a bit offensively, but it doesn't elevate him defensively. I think maybe, I don't know if equips would be enough to elevate him to a new level. I think he definitely probably needs a Zenkai, unless they start to really push the agenda with equips. But yeah, I think overall still a very solid unit. Now of course in the base form, you want to prioritize links, but the thing is when they transform they are going to change those links. So for me, I only really like to prioritize Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power, as Saiyan Warrior Race, Experienced Fighters, Saiyan Lineage and Shocking Speed are all going to change. That's just my priority on it. Obviously you will still have them in their base form for a fair chunk of the battle, but ideally you want to maximize the secondary form more than anything. I also think as well their second form, or the Vegeta transformation, is a lot easier to navigate linking than the base form. The base form does struggle a little bit with linking, mainly just due to obviously some links like Experienced Fighters and Shocking Speed. But overall still pretty good. Nice double key link there, and there is a bit of gain from link leveling. You get some defense from Saiyan Lineage, Shocking Speed and Prepared for Battle, which does tend to help out a little bit, so that's pretty good. Then of course in the transform state things change a little bit, and we're looking at things like Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Fused Fighter, Kamehameha. So Prepared for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power all stay the same. Kamehameha is fairly consistent to get without being too ostensibly difficult. Fused Fighter is obviously largely down to fused units, so we can leave that one off, but you will be able to get that quite easily on a fusion team, or even on a movie heroes or anything like that. Time limit, etc., pretty easy to get. Final trump card. And then Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior are pretty good links that kind of tend to go hand in hand. Their best linking partner transformed is this Vegeta, who shares with them every single link, but he's also aged out a little bit, so good for a lot of almost top tier content and a really fun pairing to run. And then obviously their best base form linking partner is this Strength Goku and Vegeta, who also transforms into this Vegeta, who links pretty well with them as well. So yeah, that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like. Let me know what you think about TEQ Vegeta. I think he's still a really good unit. But yeah, that's basically going to be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.